Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to online classes. My name is Maheen Heather, working as SS Chemistry in Divisional Public School and College, Sahiwal. Today we are going to discuss Class 7, Chapter Structure of Atoms. Our today's topic are valency and ion. Learning objectives. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to describe the structure of an atom, define valency, how atoms react, explain the formation of ions, differentiate between cations and anions, and how sodium chloride is formed. Previous knowledge. Before proceeding to our today's lesson, let's have a quick recap of our previous knowledge. As we have learned in the previous lesson about structure of an atoms. As you know, an atom is composed of electrons, protons and neutrons. And what are atoms? Atom is the smallest particle of matter. As I have told you that atom is made of electron, proton or neutron. So electron revolves around the nucleus in the particular energy levels called shells, as you have seen in the diagram, whereas protons and neutrons are present in the nucleus. Electron is the negatively charged particles, where proton is the positively charged particles, and neutrons are neutral particles. As atom has positive and negative charged particles present in a same structure, that is why atom is neutral. In the previous lesson, you have also discussed about atomic and mass number. What are atomic number? As the atomic number is the number of protons present in the nucleus of an element. Atomic number is the number of protons. It means the number of protons present in the nucleus of an element is its atomic number. For example, carbon has 6 protons in its nucleus. It means its atomic number is 6. For example, hydrogen has 1 proton in its nucleus. It means hydrogen has 1 atomic number. Mass number. Mass number is the number of protons and number of neutrons present in the nucleus of an element. Means the sum of protons and neutrons. For example, carbon has 6 protons and 6 neutrons in its nucleus. It means its mass number is 12. In a similar way, hydrogen has 1 proton and no neutron in its nucleus. It means its mass number is 1. Distributions of electrons in shells. You have also learned about this topic in a previous lesson, that how electrons are distributed in various shells and how electronic configuration can be known. As you have learned in a previous lesson that shells are the energy levels that are present around the nucleus in which electrons revolves. These shells are the energy levels and they can be occupied as the electrons. The shell near to the nucleus are named as K or 1, and the shell that is below K is called L. As you know that electrons are distributed in shells according to the formula 2n square. You put the number of shells in n, and you can easily find out the electrons in a particular shell. Now come on our today's lesson. As in today's lesson, we are going to discuss about valency. What is valency? Valency is the capacity of an atom to combine with another atom. Valency can also be defined as The number of electrons an atom wants to lose, gain or share is called its valency. As the definition of valency is highlighted as you are going to see it in the slide. For example, sodium atom loses 1 electron, so its valency is 1. Fluorine atom gains 1 electron, so its valency is 1. Hydrogen shares 1 electron, so its valency is 1. Copper, magnesium, oxygen, etc. have valency number 2. The valency of aluminium and nitrogen is 3. And the valency of carbon atom is 4. Valency, in similar words or in other words, you can say it is a capacity of an atom to combine with an other atom. Its capacity may be 1, its capacity may be 2, or its capacity may be 3, 4. It is basically the tendency to complete, say, our outermost shell, or to complete the octet state to get the stable state. So that's why atoms combine with each other. Our next topic is ions. What are ions? An atom with positive or negative charge is called an ion. For example, sodium positive, chloride ion, oxide ion, copper ion, they all are ions. As you've seen in this example, sodium has positive charge, chloride has negative charge, oxide ion has negative charge. In the similar way, copper ion has positive charge. An atom with positive or negative charges, they are called as ion. What are cation and anion? When an atom releases its one or more electrons from the outermost shell, the number of protons more than the number of electrons, it becomes a positive ion or cation. In similar words or in a simple way, you can say that when an atom releases its electron, it got deficient of 1 electron or 2 or 3. When it becomes deficient of an electron, it gains positive charge. As you know, in the new atom, the number of protons and the number of electrons both are equal. When an atom releases its 1 or more 2 electrons, it becomes deficient. In the simpler word, the number of protons are more than the number of electrons. That is why atom gains positive charge, and the atom with a positive charge is called cation. What are anions? When an atom absorbs 1 or more electrons in its outermost shell, the number of electrons increases. It becomes a negative ion or an anion. In simple words, when an atom absorbs 1 or more electrons, as I have told you earlier, the number of protons and the number of electrons both are equal in an atom. When an atom absorbs electrons, whether it may be 1, 2 or 3, in its outermost shell, the number of electrons is increasing. Now the number of electrons are more than the number of protons. That is why atom gains negative charges, and then atom with a negative charge is called anion. Positive ions and negative ions attract each other to form compounds. This line means when the atom with the deficiency of an electron and atom with the gain of an electron, when combined together, they both stable each other's state by the gaining and losing of electron, and in this compounds are formed. Some common ions. As you've seen in this table, there are ions with positive and negative charges, and they are the ions that we use in our daily life, particularly to write the chemical formulas. So let's have a look on this. Hydrogen H positive, sodium Na positive, silver Ag positive, magnesium Mg positive, aluminium Al3 positive. Hydrogen 1 positive means that hydrogen loses its 1 electron. Silver 1 positive means that silver loses its 1 electron. Magnesium 2 positive means that magnesium has loses its 2 electron and become a cation. In a similar way, aluminium Al3 positive means that aluminium has loses its 3 electrons and becomes a cation. Where on the left side or right side of the table we have seen fluoridine, chloridine, oxidine, sulfidine and phosphodine. As you've seen that fluoride and chloride has negative charge, it means they gain 1 electron and becomes an anion. Oxide gains 2 electrons, it becomes negative anion. Sulfide also gains 2 electrons and become negative ion or anion. Phosphide gains 3 electrons. In a similar way, they become an anion. So by the gaining of electrons, atoms gains negative charge, and by the losing of electrons, atoms gains positive charge and becomes cations. How is sodium chloride formed? When an electron transfer from sodium to chlorine atom. As you know that at chlorine, when it becomes deficient of 1 electron, so it has only 1 electron in its outermost shell. When this have 1 electron in its outermost shell, when it loses its 1 electron, it becomes cation. As you know, chlorine has 7 electrons in its outermost shell, and to complete its octet, chlorine has to gain 1 electron. So chlorine gains that electron from sodium and becomes a chloride ion. So by this gaining and losing of an electron, both elements form a bond that is called ionic bond, and how sodium chloride or table salt is formed. In simpler words, you can say that negative and positive ions, when attract each other, they form a compound, or in a similar way that sodium and sodium positive and chloride negative ions, when attract each other, they form sodium chloride. Or in simpler words, which you called as table salt. Why do atoms combine? Atoms combine with other atoms when they stop reacting with other atoms. When atoms are deficient of 1 electron, or they gain 1 electron more than its outermost octet to complete, they will react with each other to get then a stable octet state. An element with 8 electrons, its outermost shell becomes a stable element. So all atoms try to get the stable state by reacting with each other. For this purpose, atom gain or lose electrons, or it can share electrons to get the stable state. So that is why atoms combine with each other. As you have seen in this diagram, two hydrogen atoms react with each other to get the stable state by the sharing of electrons. Recap. In this lesson, we have discussed about valency, ion, cation and anions, how ions are formed, how sodium chloride is formed, how do atoms combine. As you have seen, the outermost shell contains maximum of 8 electrons. So the atoms having 8 electrons in its outermost shell, as of neon and argon has 8 electrons in its outermost shell, they are the stable one. They don't need to react with other elements. Where chlorine has 7 electrons in outermost shell, means it needs 1 electron to complete its octet. So that 1 electron, it may be gained by the sharing, or by it can borrow electrons from other atoms. As you have seen in this diagram, the nucleus is present in the mid. There is first orbit having 2 electrons. The second orbital has maximum of 8 electrons. Second, third or fourth shell contains 8 electrons, and how octet is. As you have seen in this diagram, that oxygen has 6 electrons in its outermost shell. So it needs 2 electrons more to complete its octet. That 2 electrons are needed, can be carried out by sharing or borrow electrons from other elements. So means the valency of oxygen is now 2, because it needs 2 electrons to complete its octet. So valency is the tendency of an element to combine with other elements to occupy the and octet state. As you seen, hydrogen needs As you have seen, hydrogen needs one electron to complete its octet. So means valency of hydrogen is 1, and that is why they react with other elements to attain that stability. Where helium is in a stable state already, it doesn't need to react with other elements because it already occupies a stable state. Why atom is neutral? As you know that atom has positive and negative charges. Positive charge is present in the nucleus, where negative charge is present in the shells that surrounds the nucleus. Both are in equal charges, as protons are positive charge, electrons are negative charges. As in hydrogen atom, as you have seen that oxygen has number of protons 1 and number of electron is -1. So the net charge is 0. As a whole, an atom is a neutral particle. Where in carbon atom, as you have seen, the positive charge is 6, the number of protons, and the negative charge is that electrons are -6. So the net charge is 0. It means the number of protons and neutrons in an atom is neutral, is equal, so that atom is a neutral particle. As you have seen in this diagram, a bag of chocolates, when I put my hand in a bag and get a number of chocolates, what does it mean? It is the tendency of my hand, that how many chocolates that it get. Whether my hand is big or small, it also matters. In the same way, an atom is valency is the tendency of an atom to occupy the number of electrons. It can be by sharing, gaining, or by giving electrons. Next is what are ions. As you have seen in this diagram, sodium atom has 1 electron in its outermost shell. So that one electron, if sodium gives out its 1 electron, it is deficient of 1 electron and it has positive charge, means ion is formed. As you have seen in this diagram, fluorine ion has 9 electrons and 9 protons in its outermost shell and in the nucleus. So the net charge is 0. It means fluorine atom is in a neutral state. But when fluorine gains 1 electron, that is given by sodium atom, so it has 8 electrons in its outermost shell, means by gaining electron, fluorine is now in a negative state and it becomes an ion. So by this we got a definition that a charged particle, either positive or negative, is called an ion. Our ions are of two types, that is positive and negative. Positive ions are called cations, means sodium when loses 1 electron, it becomes positively charged ion called cation. And when an ion is formed when fluorine gains 1 electron and becomes negatively charged ion, so it is called an anion. An atom may lose 1, 2 or more electrons easily. How sodium chloride is formed? Sodium chloride is formed when sodium reacts with chloride. As you've seen in the outermost shell, sodium has only 1 electron, and chloride has 7 electrons. It means if sodium loses its 1 electron, its outermost shell becomes second shell. That has already 8 electrons, means sodium becomes in a stable state, where chloride needs 1 electron to become in a stable state. So, in this diagram, as you seen that sodium gives its 1 electron and becomes in a stable state, as its second shell becomes its outermost shell, and the chloride gains that second electron and becomes a chloride. In this way, sodium and chloride react with each other and sodium chloride is formed. As you have seen in this diagram, sodium gives its 1 electron, that is taken by chloride, and chloride ion is formed. In this way, sodium chloride reacts with each other and sodium chloride is formed. Assignment. This assignment should be written on your notebooks and you have to learn it. That define valency, what is ion, how ions are formed, define cation and anion, how sodium chloride is formed, how do atoms combine, and this is the table to write the formulas of silver chloride, sodium oxide, aluminium chloride, hydrogen sulfide, magnesium fluoride, and sodium phosphide. These questions should be written on your notebooks and your teachers will then check it from your notebooks. And then thank you. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.